Hello YouTube, and welcome back to more Legend of Zelda Minish Cap. This is part 25. This episode I will be post-commentating because I lost the voiceover footage and also it wasn't working properly. For some bizarre reason the recording software only recorded the first few minutes, so it was no good to anybody. Anyway, this episode will be continuing with collecting the sword techniques. The first sword technique that we're going to get in this video, I feel it's more of a power-up than a sword technique. Oh, here's the piece of heart. There are plenty of light lights in this area, they're quite annoying. Most of them steal rupees and not health, thankfully. There's also plenty of rupees, but some rupees are a trap! So, be careful. Just because it glitters doesn't mean it's your friend. Anyway, topics for this video. Well, I'm going to talk about what I've been playing lately. I've been playing a lot of Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, and I'm not the biggest fan of that title. Square, seriously, can we have simpler titles that... You know, I'd have just been okay with calling it Crisis Core Remake, or Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Remake, you know. Or, but overall, I am enjoying it. It's nice to be back in Midgar. And it's nice to be able to play this game on a console that I can hook up to the telly. Anyway, our first sword technique is the Split Blade. This decreases the charging time for when you're making clones of Link. And I feel this is very useful when you're fighting the giant manta ray boss. So if you want to get this before the giant manta ray boss, I would definitely recommend it. It'll make things a lot easier. So, yeah, much faster now. Look at that go. So, that's the other one sorted out. Now, let's continue. We've got 7 techniques, so there's one more to go. Oh, this person I don't think she wants to fuse, so we don't need to worry about that. And out we go. This video was quite long when I originally made it, so I have tried to cut out bits when I need it. I did get a little bit lost because certain areas you have to enter in a very specific way, otherwise you will not get to the sword technique. So, yeah. Can be a little bit tricky sometimes. So the next sword technique, I believe we need to use the flute. So just wait for my past self to catch up. I believe I was watching a video to help me track down the sword techniques I've missed, because there are, I think there's more than 10 in this game, but only 8 of them actually new skills. So it is quite difficult to remember where they all are and how to get them all. And some of them you can only get in a certain order. Right, this one I think we can get now because we've got all the other ones. Hopefully, yes, maybe. Okay, so I can't train here yet, so I've got to come back and I've learnt one more sword technique. That's fine, I will come back to you later. I do believe the next one that we can actually do is in the swamp area. But first we need to get to above land so we can call the bird. Anyway, topics for this video. So what have I been playing recently? Well, I've been playing and enjoying Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion. Overall, so far it's good. And away we go! Yes, I was right. We're heading to the swamp. What else have I been playing lately? 13 Sentinels, also on Nintendo Switch. I'm enjoying it. I've unlocked most of the characters, and most of the characters I've got have more than 20% of their story finished. I'm also trying to play the game in a balanced way, so I do some battles and some story. So I'm trying to balance out my play sessions, because when it comes to visual novels, I do like the story. Yeah, I do like that sort of thing. But I do want some gameplay, so I'm trying to balance myself with playing some of the strategy gameplay and some of the story. You know, just so that I don't get Anyway, new sword technique. This one's a ghost. So now we need to train with this one. This one is the Great Spin Attack. This is also in Wind Waker, and it's a very useful skill. It's not the most practical, but it's good for clearing a room with lots of enemies. And you have to mash the B button quite a lot. So if you're an expert in button mashing, this is quite an easy move to do. And you can also extend this one and make it go further and further. And it also is easy to charge up once you get all the sword gauge power-ups. So this is one that requires work in order to perfect it, but it is definitely useful. Anyway, let's give it a go. Yep. So this is definitely a good one for crowd control. That's the word. Let's see. Yeah, just this one also requires a lot of practice. If you can get the B button pressing right, you can go really far. Never be afraid to practice your moves. Right. Also in this video, I think we'll get onto the final dungeon. And the final dungeon of this game is definitely a pain. It's definitely one of the most difficult. Definitely feels like a test of all your skills that you've learnt throughout the adventure. Also, there's the final elemental dungeon. Right, back to Hyrule Town. I finished work for the Christmas holidays. That's nice. So I'm pretty much ready for Christmas. Shopping's all done. Cards are all written. Presents are all wrapped. So that's really good. I'm happy about that. Right, I believe we can now get this sword technique, because this guy said come back when you've learnt all the other ones. We've done that, so hopefully he will now train us. In a previous video I said you needed to have the ability to copy yourself into 4 links. That is not true. You do not need to copy yourself into 4 links to get this sword technique. You just need to have learned all 8 skills before you get this one. But the clone system and the sword system are sort of intertwined. Because the more clones you have, the more damage you can do. And the sword techniques, they can also help you do more damage as well. So you can see how they're very intertwined with each other. Anyway, let's try this again. Please train me. It's getting more awkward every time I come and see you. This is called the Great Blade. And from what I remember, it's a upgraded version of the Great Spin Attack, which is nice. It just gives you more range, and you can take out more enemies, and it's all around better. So yeah, it's a worthy upgrade and definitely worth getting. Just test it out here. There we go. So that helps a lot. So, what have I been up to lately? Well, I have been trying to finish off some games. I recently finished Castlevania Lament of Innocence. I mostly enjoyed it. Overall, I thought it was good. Like at the very most, a 7 out of 10. And some people think a 7 out of 10 is like a bad score for a game. No! 7's good, it's way above average. You know, average is like a 5. So, yeah, I mostly enjoyed that one. I might show off the next Castlevania game on the PS2 in a later DBT Gamer special, so keep your eyes open for that. And that one plays very different. You've got a character called Hector who summons a lot of things, and you use the summons to attack things, and you can evolve them and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, I have cut us to Hyrule Castle because I already showed off how to get here in a previous video and I didn't want to waste too much time. So we are continuing and beginning our final assault. So that's why I've done the video this way. I already showed off the cutscene in a previous video, so I didn't feel like it was necessary to show it off again. I didn't want to make this video any longer than I had to. So please excuse if things seem a bit disjointed. This is just the only way I can think of putting it together. Let's see, what other games have I been playing lately and trying to finish off? Oh yeah, I finished! Oh, I'm addressing the elephant in the room. The Dawn fan-shaped elephant. I finished Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and overall, my feelings of the game are, there are parts of the game that are good and that I enjoyed, but overall, I do feel that the game is unfinished and it needed at least another 6 months in the development oven, because we already got Pokemon Legends Arceus this year in January. We did not need 2 Pokemon games in the same year. Just completely unnecessary, Game Freak. Or Pokemon Company. Anyway, we do need to save the King of Hyrule. He's been locked in this dungeon and turned to stone. And That's never any fun. This is kind of tricky, so you've got to figure out how to get to this through this little hole and that sort of thing. So, thoughts on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? Overall, I liked the gym collecting challenge. You're getting all the gym badges. That felt fine for me. I wasn't always the biggest fan of the tests in the game that you had to do. You know, some gym tests, they were fine. You know, they worked for me. Oh yeah, these blue flames stop you from using your sword. They are really annoying. I do not like them. So if you can, keep yourself off. Keep yourself from getting jinxed. So yeah, avoid the blue skulls like the plague. Other thing I liked from Scarlet and Violet, I liked the Titan Pokemon. They were challenging and definitely rewarding because of the new ability you got to explore the landscape. Anyway, let's see what's behind this wall. Aha! Shrinking pedestal. Now all we need to do is figure out a way to get down. There are a lot of fake doors in this dungeon, so just be wary of that. Can't go down the stairs, so aha! There's a hole we can just drop down. Team Star, in my opinion, I feel was one of the weakest villain teams I've seen in a while for a number of reasons. I wasn't really 100% sure on what Team Star's goals were and what they wanted to accomplish. From what I could tell from the story, which I actually had to look up, you know, just to make sure I was getting all the details right, because I wanted to be correct before I came on microphone today. Apparently, some of Team Star got bullied in school, and that's why they were acting the way that they were, and this sort of thing. You know, Team Star didn't seem to have any sort of plot or direction. They were mostly just roadblocks which stopped you from getting to certain areas. And they appear 5 times in the game, and once more as like a extra boss sort of thing. And the first 5 times, their teams are somewhat predictable. You will always fight, and I do mean always fight, a Reveroom. And I'm not the biggest fan of the Pokemon Reveroom. I've seen it so many times throughout my adventure, plus its baby form. It just got tiresome. You can come back to this room anytime you want to collect more fairies, so if you're ever short on health, come here. This will help in a later part of the dungeon when we have to fight the bloody boss. I have some words for this boss. I haven't quite recorded that part yet, but I wanted to give special mention to the room that we're just in with the fairies. Anyway, so, yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of Team Star, mostly because they felt like roadblocks and their Pokemon teams were quite predictable, and I also wasn't a big fan of how when you ran into their base, you were pretty much doing the exact same thing in every one of their bases. It was always Use Auto Battle. Fight 30 Pokemon with Auto Battle. You must use Auto Battle. There is no puzzles. There's no variety. It's just the exact same thing again and again, 5 times over. The only thing that really changes is they give Reveroom a new type, which can be somewhat challenging if you're not prepared for it. But yeah, so Team Star, not a fan. Anyway, drop down here, and now you can go save the king. But you've got to enter a very special way, otherwise you won't be able to get there. So you've got to use this tunnel further up. I'm not so sure when I'm going to release this video. I might release this video after Christmas or just before New Year. We'll see how things go in my schedule, because I do want to record some special videos for the New Year. Okay, New Year's special like we did last year. Right, so use the Sword Beam to depetrify the king. Are you the one who broke the curse and returned it to normal? Yes. I'm the only one here with a legendary Blade of Power. You've grown quite strong. So, excuse me. And I'm going to only hold you back. So yeah, he's not going to come with us and help, because it's not like he could even do that. Anyway, this guy gives us our first key, and Princess Zelda is somewhere in the castle, so we need to obviously rescue her. I believe next we have to go upstairs. So just wait for the video to catch up, and off we go. I have been playing the Portal collection, specifically Portal 2. I am enjoying it. It's still a very fun game. It works really well on the Switch, and it's stood the test of time. Right, let's open this door and continue south. And yeah, I've always really liked the Portal games. I have also, in the past, I've also experimented with some games that are like Portal, example Turing Test and Cubed 2. If you want to just like Portal, you know, sort of first-person puzzler, I would recommend either of these games, and they're also available on Switch. Okay, got the dungeon map. There's a lot of wizards in this dungeon, but thankfully they don't cause too much of a problem. This dungeon itself is definitely one of my favourites in the entire game. It's foreboding with the music, challenging. Here, you can leave the castle anytime you want. So if you want to do some side quests, this is how you do it. So that's good. And if you want to get some potions or do some other stuff, this is your way out. So thankfully this is not a point of no return. So that's good. If you're somehow coming here with not enough health or not enough supplies or not enough upgrades, it's quite easy to get out, thankfully. Anyway, let's continue now that I've shown you that. So we're going to head up here, and we've got a locked door, which is fine. Finding keys in this dungeon can be a bit tricky. So let's make our way up. More moblins with spears. And bats. And yeah. You shouldn't really have too many problems with these enemies by now. Anyway, I'm going to talk about Pokemon for a little bit longer. So, I'm going to go through my team that I used for the adventure. Because I did find some new Pokemon that I really liked and enjoyed. And I thought I'd just bring mention to them. It's a good topic. So, whilst I'm battling my way through the castle, I'll just talk about my Pokemon team and why I made these choices. These cannonballs can be quite annoying. You've got to use the copy panels to clone yourself and deflect the cannonballs back. This can be quite tricky. So you've got to be really careful and very precise with your movement. And also patient. There we are, done. Anyway, Pokemon team. So my starter Pokemon was the Apple Lizard Fire creature. Oh yeah, there's a lot of Floor Masters in this dungeon that can take you back to the beginning. Kill these very quickly, otherwise they can get very annoying. Anyway, so yeah, I got Skeledirge, which is the final form of the fire type. I got a Frostmoth. Yeah, I'm a really big fan of the Pokemon Snom, the little adorable. It's a very simple colour puzzle. Just take your time and plan the route before you do it, otherwise you may fail. So yeah, I got a Frostmoth. Really big fan of Snob. I really wanted to use this Pokemon because I really liked it in X and Y, but I couldn't really. Not X and Y. I mean, in Sword and Shield, I couldn't really figure out how to incorporate it into my team. But this adventure, I made a point of having it as part of my team, and it reminded me a lot of Volcarona, and it was nice to try something different and see if I can make an ice type work. And yeah, it went quite well. Then for my water type, ironically I went with Golduck. So yeah, Golduck, I do like Golduck, but it's quite a weak water type. I was going to try and switch it out for the adventure at some point, but I was struggling to find a good replacement, and he does learn some good psychic moves, so he ended up staying. Parmanot, the fighting electric type, Pikachu clone. I mostly went with this one because of types. I just like the idea of a fighting electric type, and it seemed to fit really well, and it was really helpful, and it. Not the biggest fan of the design because it just mostly ends up looking pretty much the same. It just gets bigger. Then I went for the Arbolive with the giant olive Pokemon. This has a really cool ability. When it gets hit, it gets a grassy field so it can regenerate its health and also do more damage with grass attacks. Really good Pokemon and really cool ability. Definitely surprised me with that one when it evolved. And my final Pokemon for the team is Clodsire. Clodsire is the Paldean evolution of Wooper, and it's just a giant mud whale, and I love it. It's so adorable, and it's just really great in battle as well. Anyway, so that's my Pokemon team. Anyway, I just want to bring special attention to this copying puzzle. I really don't like this copying puzzle. I think I ended up doing it off camera because it was so frustrating. You have to copy yourself at the right time, otherwise the game will not let you get to where you need to go, and it won't let you step on the switches, and you'll either run out of time or the spike thing will just completely knock you off course and it'll just make clothes disappear. It's generally frustrating, generally annoying, and apart from perseverance and trial and error and timing, there's very little advice I can give you to help with this. It's just a pain in the arse, and I absolutely despise it. So, yeah. I think I failed it for like a good 15 minutes before I got it actually right. It's just not helpful. And also the block pattern on the floor also makes things difficult. So the room is intentionally set up just to frustrate you. Anyway, I'm going to end the video here. So, thank you for watching, guys. Please like, comment and subscribe. And in the next video, we shall continue this dungeon and maybe get on to the boss fight. I'll see you guys then. Happy New Year.